Oh,
I was
nice.
surprised on how many people are using without any publicizing. I guess
Yeah.
Joe has made a tweet about it, and it got
Yeah.
real good downloads. If you go there, the GitHub packages, you can see over 3,000 downloads in a week.
Those, uh, the GitHub container registry statistics are a bit inflated. There's a pinger that does roughly, I think, 1,000 something
Hmm.
downloads a day.
Okay.
So like I know that like I know from past build packs that I've published, like build packs that no one like that's not publicized a lot. I see them getting downloads as well because I think GitHub has some automated like tool that pulls container images down once every few minutes or something.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it would be that much, but now you explained that why. The other build pack, the APT build pack, it has a way more than that. I didn't ever thought it would be like that. I guess today they have like for the 30 days 178,000 downloads total.
Okay. Our first topic here, how to create builders without Docker. Um, I mean, that's a pretty unambiguous question there. Can I ask why you don't want to use Docker though?
In this experience that I'm having now, instead of using the Docker to build something and then run pack within it,
Yeah.
when I am able to run the build pack image itself, and I just have to go to the lifecycle creator, then I can like save some steps and maybe save some seconds on my build. So I was willing to, as I need to have a build pack for each workload. So I was willing to have a way to not having to run a Docker container and then run pack builder create. So I could just run something that will trigger it. I don't know if it makes sense, but it was just out of curiosity if it was possible.
Okay. But this is just for like a development loop, you're saying? Like this is
No,
just for iterating or
I'm trying to improve my build process. So
okay.
if I could improve that, it would make it faster. So
Gotcha.
whenever somebody adds or removes a custom build pack, I would rebuild the builder
Yeah.
so they could leverage that speed advantage. But it's not something that is blocking me. It's only out of a way to improve
Well,
the,
see,
the,
I'm
the
only trying to understand because, if you make a build there, presumably you can reuse it over and over. Like, I don't know if people, the seconds games matters in that, but I'm just trying to understand. But anyway,
Mhm.
you definitely can make builders without Docker. I know Kpack does this. I was trying to drum up some code, but I don't know
Mhm.
if I can do it right here, without fumbling. But you can, basically put all the components together and write the correct labels and things like that. And you can get a builder without pack builder create for sure. That is a thing.
Okay.
I was hoping, if you wanted to get started, maybe after this, or unless somebody else has it, they can give you some getting started code. But
Mhm.
I'll at least make an item for myself. I- Any of y'all wanted to jump in on that?
Yeah, I don't know if I personally have anything to add since that's how we're doing stuff over here at Salesforce. We're still using Docker for doing that stuff.
Yes, you so creating you could definitely create a builder if you use GG. I think it'll be a small Go program with using GGCR, but like as Anthony was saying, there's a Kpack uh, example. I think you can follow. The code uh, shouldn't be that difficult.
Mhm.
Like it's just taking the existing build image and all the build pack layers and using ggcr to overlay them on top of each other
Mhm.
along with the lifecycle. Let me see if I can find the actual piece of code.
All right, I think my
Did-
Googling skills are better than yours. I think I finally got something. I'll put it in here. But I don't know. It kind of involves some spelunking, but I don't know if you can sort of reverse engineer from here, but
Okay, I see the link. Uh, yeah, the second thing, I appreciate all the input you gave, and I believe it's enough for me to start off from where you pointed me. This wrapper idea that I had on the second bullet point there, it was something that I was willing to do, and I didn't find a way. But then I shared on the Slack channel, and a person called Jan von Lowenstein, maybe I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. He pointed me to a SAP project which is doing some CNB build for Jenkins, I guess. And then he pretty much pointed for a Piper uh, binary, which pretty much does some of it, which is getting the project at TOML and getting both the environment variables and the custom build packs, and doing some wrapper for it. So I thought it would be a very interesting thing to see on the build packs itself, because maybe I I didn't have to use the Jenkins wrapper in order to be able to have a more complete wrapper when I'm before and after I before and right before I call the creator. So I didn't find a way to use the creator passing the environment variables as you are able to do on pack build, but I didn't try hard yet. So I was just wondering if once I run the container, all the variables that I placed on the container run will be passed to the creator, or I need to make some enforcement to in order to the environment variables be there. Sometimes I need a database URL or something that will generate on the assets precompile, or something that needs a external resource that will be on the build time, and I need to pass some kind of a parameter to the build to pack build, and it's uh, fast and quick possible by using the flag --env. But I wasn't able to figure how I can do that by using the CNB lifecycle creator. Would you have any ideas on that? Maybe it's already there and I didn't notice.
no, so you want to use using the creator pass build pack flags and environment variables. Is that the idea?
No, I was already able to do that by creating a new builder, right? So
Okay.
when I create a new builder, I'm able to have custom build packs there. It's over already.
Yeah.
But the idea of having a wrapper around this life cycle creator
Yeah.
was something that looked like very interesting when you see the Piper that this SAP project has used. I can paste the link here, which I got from Jen Von on the Slack channel. So I'll just paste here so you can share with you. And they made a Piper which has
Yeah.
a CNB build, which it wraps the creator before it will read the project TOML file, and will actually create the builder, which is over, and I already know how to do it. But it will also make a way that I didn't inspect yet to pass the environment variables to the creator. So I guess it doesn't use the creator itself. It goes all the steps which are within the creator, because I understand the creator is like a major caller for the other steps, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they won't call the creator. They will create use the builder and then the analyzer and all the exporter and all the steps individually. And maybe there I can pass the environment variables as parameters. So that is what I was wondering, if we could have a life cycle binary like the creator that would encapsulate the capability of both abstracting the builder creation and also to receive the environment variables to pass for the steps below the creator, if it makes sense at all.
I guess I'm having trouble seeing the interface, like, what that would look like. Am I making sense? Like you're saying there's another flag on the creator that, how do you know which phase it applies to? Like, let's say this environment variable, right? Like, would you have a dash restore environment flags or something like that?
No, I don't mean the creator itself, because the creator is a wrapper for all the steps, right?
Yes, that's right.
But so imagine that I could have I suggested the name Piper just because I saw on the SAP
Mhm.
Jenkins. I didn't have a better name for that. So imagine you have a Piper where you can just make it read the default project.toml that is already on the
Okay.
project.
Yes. Okay.
So it will figure the custom build packs there.
Yes.
It will then, before triggering the creator, it will create a builder which has the custom build packs. So
Okay.
it prepares. If it
And this
doesn't find
is
one,
it's creating this builder, without a Docker, without a Docker
yeah,
thing. It's
within
just making
the
the image like right then and there. Okay, I'm
right,
understanding. Because
yeah.
usually the
So
creators run inside the builder, right? It's
right,
okay.
that's something I figured just today, right? I didn't
Okay.
actually had this complete picture, so I'm
Okay.
getting the
No,
picture right now.
that's
So
fair.
that's why it's only an idea that I'm
Okay.
sharing, if to validate more
Okay.
than a proposal. So uh, so if I have somewhere that I can just automate this build, because pack build already does that underneath, right? Like behind the
Yes.
scenes,
Pretty
it
much.
does
Yes.
that under the
Yeah.
covers. So if we could mimic that, which is
Mhm.
amazing to have, and also when it's time to build, which is the step where I need the environment variables to be
Got you.
passed,
Yes.
it would just have it from the creator or from the project TOML or
Yeah.
whatever it
Got you.
comes from.
Okay. I think I get it. I'm so, I do appreciate your patience with me. I think what you described is a little dicey, right? Because to me, you're describing a platform, right? Like even though it's, lifecycle piper or whatever, or this binary, it's pretty much exactly like you said. It's doing pack build. It's you're basically re-implementing pack at that point,
Right.
and we have specific specifications for what those look like and what the interface will look like, and if you're passing environment variable, it's all possible. Everything you said is possible. It's just, I think there's a quick and dirty way to do this, and then there's I want to say official way of doing it, which is to re-implement the platform spec, right? Because to me, you're doing all the same things that, like, let's say Pack would do, right?
Right.
Uh, I do have a question for you. So you basically, from what I'm understanding, is you want to dynamically create the builder on the fly based on the project toml?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, because you want to be able to dynamically list the set of build packs, and you don't want to necessarily have it be hard coded in the builder.
Yes.
Is that builder to you ephemeral? Like you just don't care about the builder after the build was done? Like you're happy to throw that away, and basically
No,
every build you're just going to dynamically create a new builder each time.
yeah, that was where I was going to, but when I understood that I'm actually running the creator within the builder, so I got a new picture about that. But let's say when you are on Heroku, you are able to add a new build pack. I believe that behind the scenes, when you add or remove a new build pack, it actually triggers the builder creation, if I understand it correctly, right? So it doesn't create every build, but it creates every time you change the builder somehow by adding or removing custom build packs. Is that correct? My guess?
Well, we have there's been this talk of this prepare step, which I feel like Sam and Anthony have heard a lot about. But we basically, as a platform, like Anthony's saying, it's a thing we do at the platform level. But essentially, we have a builder already that is pre-baked with the Heroku build packs. But then you, as a user, can specify like third-party or custom build packs that you want to like use the Paketo build packs, for instance, instead, right? Because they support .NET and we don't, and you want to build a .NET image on the platform, we will go and basically download that from the registry and basically put it on when we build. So we're not really like creating I guess, but we're not like running like pack create builder or anything, like minting a new builder. We're using our existing builder, and then we basically have like a volume that we're mounting these like additional build packs on, and then we can run it. So that's kind of supporting custom build packs.
Yeah, I'm not willing to understand the internals of Heroku. It's a corporation, so I was just willing on the high level, like if we could mimic what happens, not on the deep level, but what I understand is like to save resources, Heroku is not going to create a builder every time you build because it's gonna take time. So every time you change your building specifications, like a build pack, a customer remove or add one, it probably gonna rebuild the builder to comply with what you expected to build. And that, as I understood it, I was willing to figure what's the best way to have this builder rebuilt. If there is a way we can do it without having to run a Docker, and then within it have to pack build a builder, create, and then recreate the builders. If we could have it on a step which is much faster, or I don't need to spin off a Docker, and within it have to install pack and then create. If we as we have the builder, and the builder already has the creator, if we could have an image that could have a builder creation engine that would quickly already trigger that based on the project TOML, if it makes sense at all.
Yeah, so I feel like what I'm getting from your ask is you want a way to basically have custom build packs and have that, like, you don't actually care about the creation of the builder or any of that. You want to be able to do a build and have at the kind of app or user level be able to specify custom build packs, right? And then have it be handled for you, so you don't have to kind of deal with that, like some of how Pack does it, right?
Yeah, not that I don't want to handle it, because that's what I currently do. I was willing, like, if instead of I have to run a, let's say, a Ubuntu image or a Alpine image, and then install pack within it, if the CNB as a build pack specification could have a before build image that will be able to create a builder. I don't know if I'm making myself clear, like a pre-built Docker image that I could just trigger a creation of a build pack. So I don't need to install pack on any Docker container in order to create the builder. So I will just have a standard CNB Docker image that would trigger the creation of the builder, and then I could go within that builder that I just created and run the creator.
Well, is installing pack the sort of lagging step there? Because we do have a pack Docker image, right? That officially supported image that has pack installed, right? If that is the problem, right? We can
okay.
Maybe that could be a solution for you.
Okay, I just have to run it and run pack right off it without any root necessity of getting as a root, right? Or that.
I'm sorry, enough. A root?
Yeah, like
root access, I assume.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, it's a container is what I'm trying to say, right? I thought you said you didn't want to make a container and then have some prepare steps in the container. I'm just saying it's an already officially supported container
Okay,
image
okay.
with pack in it.
Okay, it makes sense then. I maybe I missed that. I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to be sorry. I'm trying to drum it up for you right now.
Okay.
Unless somebody else has it.
I don't have it on hand, but I've learned that your Google skills are better than mine.
No, as I know now, you don't need to worry about that. I'll find it myself. I appreciate you pointing me to that possibility.
Yeah, I do think there's probably some other feature requests of stuff we've been talking about, which is potentially like the prepare phase or something that allows you to basically inject stuff like build pack download at kind of the platform level instead of and I know that was something we were talking about before Emily kind of went on her sabbatical over the last year because it's a thing that we definitely want on the Heroku side instead of us having to kind of do it by hand, but have it be part of, you know, some of the project descriptor discussions as well that have been happening. Just like, can lifecycle basically as part of prepare if a platform wants be like basically download the build packs for you and then have them be run. And I think if that happens, it would solve the problem you're talking about, right? Like you wouldn't have to necessarily be minting or creating a new builder because you could at build time basically download the build packs, put them in the right place, and then build them, right? So like you wouldn't be needing to go and basically create a builder, a one-off builder each time you're doing a build because each app might have different set of build packs. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds right. The second question that I had within this idea that I laid out there is like which of these steps that I could quickly say here, like analyzer, builder, create detector, and exporter. There's also the rebaser, right? So which one of them require the environment variables to be passed where the pack build will delegate those environment variables? My guess is that it's the builder phase, which you require that to get any external input, right?
Yeah, that's how, I think we think in the same way, right? Like if you pass environment variables, it will be, if you do pack build dash dash help, maybe that will be more any environment variables you pass go straight to the build phase.
Yeah, they're not necessarily set on the builder. Like if you're doing pack build and you're passing MVARs, they're being passed at build time.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, exactly. They don't. They're not persistent.
When I go like the within any builder, whatever builder I am within it, and I go to CNB life cycle builder, it will trigger the life cycle binary with a builder flag. And if I go like dash dash help there, I wasn't able to figure any flag that allows me to pass this variable for the CNB builder. So it has a usage of the life cycle, and it asks me for app, for a dash build packs, dash group, dash layers, dash log level, dash no color, dash plan, that platform, but no way that I can pass env variable there. Am I missing something, or is it something that is not currently possible to do? Or I believe I'm missing something.
Um, well, you don't have to pass environment variables through flags, right? You can just set it as part of the runtime environment, right? But
Okay,
that
so
I don't know off the
if it
top of
is
my
on the
head.
runtime environment, it will work. Supposedly work. I can try that, no problem.
Are you saying at build time?
Yeah, in the build time, when the creator calls the builder, if there are amps on the Docker environment, would it take them and use them like a database URL, for example?
Yeah, it should pick it up during build time.
Okay, okay.
I
So
mean, I could be wrong about that, but I'm like
no, I'll try and I'll let you know.
80% positive
Okay.
there that should work.
I'll let you know if it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I don't want to take all the time that you are being very
I mean,
nice to me.
this is what it's this is office hours. It's here to have people come in, and it's also a way for us to gauge what problems people are running into, right? So yeah, it should work. If not, I think you can, yeah, I mean, there's a way to basically set like the platform can set M bars as well, according to the spec and inside of that one folder. That's part of the build pack stuff, but yeah, you should be able to just set the environment variable. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll try it. I was just looking for a flag because I thought it would be the standard way, but you're right. Sometimes you just need to set them on environment and they will be automatically used.
It's a good question.
Yeah. Are these stuff just for configuring a particular build, or are they like build pack configuration? Or do you want them at runtime?
No, it's only for build time for this example that I see. It's on for build time. Sometimes I need to pass the database, so because asset precompile will ask for a database
Like
role for. Yeah, for index example, yes, but I have also like a WordPress workloads that also require something to do on the build time. So depending on plugins and stuff. So several other like Node and other stuff, they still have build dependencies that will relate to a Redis database or a memory key which has any token that it's required to something. So as I'm not the developer, I'm not the one to judge what the developer did. I just try to get the developer, clear to build as they pretend.
This is probably actually the thing you're looking for here in the spec. It looks like lifecycle. I'm not entirely sure on the contract, but it looks like lifecycle will set everything inside of a platform M directory.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
depending on how the build pack is so like worst case is if you just write to that directory.
Okay,
before
platform
build.
dot dash aim, right? Like
Yeah.
slash aim. Okay.
Yeah. Then that's definitely a way if setting it in the container does not work.
Okay.
That is kind of what you want. And then there's a clear M basic configuration and build pack toggle build pack authors can set.
Mhm.
And so that if that is set to true, lifecycle will not basically load that into the environment.
Okay.
But if it's not, then anything in there will basically be automatically loaded for the build pack, right?
And it defaults to false, right?
Yes, it defaults to false.
Yeah, that's perfect. I really appreciate your generosity answering all my questions. I'm sorry if I sound very noob on that, but I'm just trying to.
We all started somewhere.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You're very kind to me.
Can't confirm. That is what Pack does too. It's just
Pack writes it into platform.
platform M.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
So
didn't know that before
it's okay.
before today. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for digging to the Go code.
Mhm. Thank you, guys. You have been awesome, and I appreciate all the work you have been doing. It's been very helpful to a lot of people. Several of my customers and for our workloads ourselves. So I appreciate all the work you have been doing. And I would like you to share that with Joe because I don't know him personally, but I've been talking to him via email. So please share with him my appreciation of all your work you have done.
Yeah, will do. Joe was supposed to be here, but unfortunately had another meeting come up at the last minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have any other questions, I'm just curious about kind of what you're using build packs for, unless I guess the other folks here know.
Okay.
Just I'm always curious for users, like, you know, how they came across it, what kind of just the general, like, why are you, what makes you attracted to build packs, or why are you choosing to use it? Why are you choosing to suffer through all these kind of questions and stuff for our project, right?
Mm-hmm. I was talking to Anthony in the beginning. I'm an early user of Heroku since the beginning. So
Okay.
since it was only a Ruby platform, so I've been a Ruby evangelist for years. Promoted several meetings in Brazil, and
Thanks, I appreciate that. I've been working at Heroku for 11 years, so
mhm.
I think you've probably used some code that I've written in
Okay.
my time there.
Mhm.
I worked on the Ruby build pack for like 8 years, so.
Okay. So I've been using Doku from Jeff Lindsay. I've been using Heroku-ish. I've been running, all the crazy stuff for several years, and I've been a contributor of Days. Maybe you remember Gabriel Monroy,
Yeah.
who left for, I guess, Microsoft bought them Helm and stuff, and they went all Kubernetes stuff. I was never a real fan of Kubernetes myself, so I always try to stick with like ECS or other container running, any other standard way of running Docker containers. And then I've been running several workloads since then, uh, probably hundreds of workloads. And then I left the corporate world. I was a ESPN executive. I was CIO for ESPN and Disney in Brazil. Then I left for my own business, and I started to growing, getting more and more people on the clouds. And I always use build packs for that, from WordPress to whatever you have. I will make it work with build packs, Java, Go, whatever you have. That's my passion. I love the way build packs handle things. It's much cleaner, and I didn't even understand Docker when I started using Heroku. So build packs were for me before Docker ever got for me. So I really appreciate. Joe has that blog post where he says like 19 steps to make a Docker file, and then 0 steps to make a build pack. So I love that approach, and I've been using that. Whatever, like from DreamHost to DigitalOcean to AWS to Google Cloud Platform. Today, we are a major partner of AWS. We are advanced partners. So most of our customers are hosted on AWS, and that's the only reason I run most of the workloads today on ECS. But we are not tied to that. We are always improving our platform. It's not a public platform. We just manage workloads for our customers. So it's not a public platform. It's not a competitor for like anything today. It's only a private way to make workloads work on the clouds. So one day maybe we can release, maybe recipes or open source that can allow people to run build packs like a platform, whatever they want, majorly on AWS, because we have that very mature now. But that's how I got to know. I'm a big fan of Heroku and Ruby, and now we work with whatever comes and fits there.
No, that's cool. When you kind of did the CNB stuff, I knew Doku has been doing some things with it. But you're not using like Docker or anything else, right? Like you're hand rolling your own kind of essentially platform for CNB.
No, I actually use Docker, but as Docker is becoming less and less important on this environment, I delegate that for some of our builds are done on GitHub Actions. Some are done on a code build on Amazon. Some are done on Circle CI. So we don't have a preference. We do whatever the customer likes. And I'm always trying to abstract things to make them work easier on whatever the customer wants it to be. You know, sometimes like a lot of people, when GitHub has released these private accounts on a cheaper price, many people left the other platforms like GitLab and Bitbucket to prefer GitHub. So we had to migrate several customers there, and I just want it to work smoothly and with less steps and as smooth as it can be, you know. So we don't have any preferences. We just make it work, and I'm always looking for improving speed and improving the steps that it takes to get things deployed. So that's all my questions here. They are out of curiosity and my will to improve things. So. By the way, if I can be of any help for you guys, please let me know. I'm really willing to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to have you. I don't know if there's particular parts you're interested in working on specifically. I know both Anthony and Sam here are pretty knee deep in the weeds on a lot of this stuff. I'm just like a faux figure puppet, so.
I was just gonna say the best thing you can do to help is is just be vocal about what you want to see in build packs. If we're not serving Visa in some way, what we really love is some feedback, right? Like some constructive feedback on the product would be the biggest thing for sure. But
sure. But if you find like you need some improvements on documentation, don't hesitate to talk to me. If you have any chores that you are lacking arms, I'll be glad to contribute.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'll hold you to it then.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sam's a maintainer on the learning team, so he's definitely the person to talk to. I know he has a bajillion issues on stuff that I'm sure we'd love help with. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you think some of your questions and other things of just like I'm sure read the documentation. I'm just like, are there parts that you wish that was there that would have made your adoption of build packs better? That could help someone else who is in your shoes, I think is pretty helpful.
Well, I actually think that what build packs does today compared to a couple of years ago, it's way better than I ever expected. And the way it's maturing, it's impressing me because I see every day the improvements and like the milestones that you are looking for. So I'm really enjoying the path you're going. So I don't believe there's anything that is blocking me from adopting or improving. And if I ever find that, I know I have an open channel here to share with you. But the only things I have are more like ideas to improve, but not blockers at all.
All right, I believe I'm the host of this. I still call the shots, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, this was one of the best ones in a while. I'll keep it real with you, Paulo. Thanks for showing up, asking great questions. These were all good questions, by the way. Thanks for teaching me about. I'm embarrassed to know I didn't know about the environment variables one, but that I'm gonna let you go, and I wish you luck on your company. I hope we continue to serve. All right, kids, get the hell out. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Talk